an old man trying to send back soup in a deli.
I'm the Canadian Studmuffin. This is my theme song.
Hi fans of high quality entertainment, I am with Mollie. Mollie is, well, I am too, a big fan of me, Mr. Mayo's rants that he does. And yesterday I messaged him and asked if it's okay if we reacted to some of his rants. We haven't seen all of them. He's got, I think, over 100 of them. That's a lot of ranting. But he's hilarious with these rants. And, you know, 99% of the time what he is ranting about, we agree with. And so Mollie just got together some of her favorites, and we're going to react to them. And I hope you subscribe to his channel. If you're a Beatles fan, he's got lots of Beatles content and solo Beatles content. So check out his channel. So here we go. First up is he's going to rant about vending machines.
This is what we watched last night.
Yeah.
That was the recent one. Yeah.
All right, I'm here with a rant video, folks. You know, it's a gorgeous day here. Beautiful. It's kind of hot, but there's just enough breeze. I went here with my girlfriend and we decided to take a walk. I mean, we walked for an hour. It seemed like 5 minutes. We were having a good talk. Everything was going great. But after a while, you get thirsty, you get parched, you know, and it's like we got to get some fluids in us, you know. We didn't bring anything with us. And I'm thinking, over in the distance, I spot a machine, a Pepsi-Cola machine, and how good a nice Pepsi-Cola would go, or a Coke or something like that. That's just what you're dying for. But I'm trying not to drink that pop, okay? I'm trying not to drink that garbage with sugar and sodium. So I go up there, I say, you know, this would be a wonderful thing. What I could really go for would be a nice, like, flavored seltzer, you know, kind of with the sparklingness and the carbonation of soda, but healthier, you know. No sugar and no sodium, but what's the chance of that? Well, I get to the machine, and what do my wondering eyes see? I actually am elated to see that they actually have Schweppes Black Cherry flavored seltzer.
And you were telling me this morning how he builds the story well, like
Yes, you get the feeling of where he is, how he's, you know.
you're actually thirsty like he is. It's like you've been on the walk with him.
It's not just a rant; it's a story.
Yeah,
so
it's a good story.
Yeah.
And it's funny that it just happened, right? It's not like the next day he's ranting about it.
No, I said with this one. Well, we were going to say it later, but it's almost like he immediately had to rant, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, grab the camera, film me. I got to say something, because you can't say anything to anybody else, right?
Yeah.
You got to just get it out.
Yeah.
0 calories, 0 sugar,
Which one are you
and
looking at?
0 salt.
Doesn't matter that one.
So we look around, the machine doesn't tell you how much the drink costs. So luckily we have a whole bunch of singles with us, so we put in one single, and I'm pressing the button that says on it, you know, Schweppes seltzer. I'm pressing the Schweppes button, nothing. All right, it's only $1. We put in another $1, boom, and I'm pressing the seltzer button, nothing happens. Finally, 3 times the charm, we put in the third $1, press the seltzer button, and we hear the noise rumbling. I'm like, yeah, here it comes.
Yeah,
You like
you know
that
what?
too.
Because you know how it is. Like, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
It creates the atmosphere.
Yeah. Look at his expression.
He's excited.
He's
going to get his
He's so
seltzer water.
thirsty.
Boom, right? It comes into the bottom. I go in there, dying of thirst. I could taste it. And I take it out, and what is it? Blue Gatorade!
That's what he says. The injustice, right?
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe
Well, we've all experienced that with a pop machine. Or for
But
even
like I
for
said,
snacks.
who can you complain to, right? Grab the camera. I'm
Yeah.
gonna rant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for Blue Gatorade. It's got sugar. It's got Hey, you know, do me a
The person walking behind, just after he was yelling, looks over at him.
You okay?
It's got, hey, do me a favor, everybody. I know people that think, that's what you need, Gatorade, when you walk, right? Because it's got electrolytes. Let me tell you, electrolytes, spectrolites. Okay, let me tell you something. I know electrolytes are supposed to be pretty good, but you know what it's also got? A lot of sugar, a lot of phony coloring, and a lot of sodium. And I don't need that. I'm trying not to do that anymore, and I don't want that anymore. Just my luck, trying to change my lifestyle. And I had that thing in my hand, and I'm like, oh, it's all cold, it's all moist. You can feel like the water dripping on you. It was so good looking. And I could have said the hell with it and just drank it right there. But you know what I did? I took it and I threw it in a garbage pail. Boom, like that. So, all I got for my $3 was nothing and a ton of aggravation. Rant over for today.
Yeah.
So, next up is attention spans at DELI'S. It's a 7-minute video. So what we're going to do, we're going to watch the whole video and just show you the best parts of it, the funniest parts. So here we
She's
go.
there. She says, can I help you? So I said, yes. Now I knew, as I always know, that I have to be very clear, enunciate every word carefully to make sure there is no mishap. So I say, yes, I'd like a chicken salad sandwich on a roll with lettuce and tomato. She says to me, chicken cutlet? I said, no, chicken salad. Oh, okay. On a roll, right? Yes, on a roll. And what she does is, at this particular delicatessen, they type in the sandwich order, and I guess somebody else on the side reads it and gets the memo and makes the sandwich, all right? So then she starts to ring up my total. And I say, wait a minute, don't ring me up yet. I'm not done yet, Oh. So I'm looking, I notice there's a Greek pasta salad. So I say to her, I'd also like to get a 1/4 pound of the Greek pasta salad. She pauses and looks, she says, this here? I said, yeah, the Greek pasta salad. And she goes, and how much of it? I said, a 1/4 pound. She's not listening to anything. And I'm going out of my way to enunciate, to be loud, clear, slow. And this happens not just this young lady, but any young person this happens to. I go down to my record store. I open up the bag, take the sandwich out. Guess what?
You know what's going to happen, right, honey?
We
It's
all
going to
know
be a perfect order.
be the cutlet.
No lettuce! No tomato! What? Now, the sandwich wasn't made by this lady, this young girl. This sandwich was made by an older woman, middle age, in her 40s. She screws up a lot of orders, too. She's always messing up orders. But and I was really irate. And I'm telling you, and the reason is, and please, I don't want to hear everybody, oh, third world problems. Oh, like there's people starving in other countries. You're worried about lettuce and tomato. It's the fact, folks, that this happens every single time. Or, if not every single time, 7 out of 10 times. It's this.
Enough,
You
right?
can count on it. So it cost me $15
Ooh.
for a sandwich, the little salad I had on the side, and a tall bottle of water. Cost me $15. I'm paying good money. I want my order right. It's just frustrating, folks. And the reason it's so annoying, and it seems like a little thing, granted, in the big picture of life's grand scheme, it's a very little thing. But the problem is it's becoming more frequent. It's becoming predictable. It's becoming to the point where you can't trust anybody. It's going to happen, and not just at food places. If you go to the bank, if you go, I don't know where you go to the gas station, get your car done, or wherever you go to the doctor's office. I've walked into doctor's offices and they're like, you have an appointment today? I said, yeah, I have an appointment. I made the appointment 2 weeks ago. You even sent me on my phone a thing to confirm. I confirmed the appointment. I pressed yes. Okay, see you there. And now you tell me we have no record of your appointment. That's another rant. But you see, it's everywhere, folks.
That's
Yeah.
another rant I had of him.
Yeah.
Confirmation of
So
appointment.
do you get people screwing up your orders?
Oh, yeah. all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't order as much, being gluten-free, but
Well, that's not what the, it's
But,
just,
but what I notice is when I order takeout, right, I'll say, first thing I say is, yes, I'd like to place an order for delivery, right? And then just within the first minute, she says, so is this takeout or delivery? It's like, I told you at the very beginning. I don't say that, but it's frustrating. Okay, which one next?
relatable rants. Do the confirmation of appointment because that's what he was just talking
Okay.
about, right? 'Cause it's so true.
Yeah, I'm back for another Rancid Mayo rant video. It's a little thing, but I wanted to make a video anyway. I'm looking for excuses, things I can rant about. For you guys, too. I know you like to laugh at some of these and commiserate with some of these things. So let me tell you what happened. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow at 12 noon. And, it's been standing for a week or so. And of course, I was in the shower and I hear the phone ringing this morning. And I'm like, oh, who is that? Who's that? I can't come to the phone. So after I'm done taking the shower, I look and I see it was the doctor's office. Now I figure they're probably calling to confirm tomorrow's appointment, which I hate when they do that. Because I'm going to show up. Don't worry about it, I'll be there. Nevertheless, I dial the number back and the line's busy. I have to try again later. It's busy, it's busy, it's busy. Finally, I get through to the receptionist. The receptionist is like, oh, hello, can you hold on a minute? And I'm like, wait. And I have to hold on. I'm like, they didn't even have the decency of playing any kind of music this time to keep me occupied. So I'm there and I'm waiting and waiting. Finally, she comes back to the phone. And I say, okay, hi, what's going on? You called me before? Or, oh, yes. What's your date of birth? Give her my date of birth. What's your name? Give her my name. She says, yeah, I'm just calling for you to confirm your appointment tomorrow at 12 noon. And I said, yes, okay, I confirm my appointment. She said, thank you. I said, hold on a minute. Can I ask you a question? She said, yes. I said, how about we just do a situation where if I don't call you to cancel, we'll just assume that I'm on for the appointment, that it's confirmed. She says, I'm sorry, say that again? She didn't understand. I said, oh, how about we just assume that unless I call you to cancel, that means I'm coming in for the appointment. And she says, well, the thing is, a lot of times people won't show up. They just don't show up. And I said, well, that's not me. You can always be sure that if I have an appointment, I'll show up. And she said, yeah, I understand. And I said, something else? She says, sometimes even when people confirm that they're going to come, after the confirmation, they don't show up either. And I said, well, then why am I confirming?
Yeah.
If they don't show up sometimes even when they confirm, why confirm? Anyway, is it a big deal? Is it a life-altering situation? No. But it is one more food for thought for a rant video. And have a pleasant day, everybody.
Yeah,
It must be good for him to get these off his chest,
Yeah.
too, right?
but I can see, it is annoying when
Yeah.
they send you a voicemail or whatever, or you have to reply back. But I can also, because, I'm sure you've seen it too. You go in for an appointment and somebody's calling and they've missed their appointment, right? It's like you had your appointment at a certain time and they just don't bother showing up. So
Well,
I
again,
can
it's
kind of
like
see their point
it's
too.
like the Seinfeld episode, right? You can get the reservation, but you have to keep
Yeah.
the reservation. No, but I mean, it's true. Like, so she's saying that she calls him
Yeah.
to confirm, but they do that to everyone. But some people don't show up anyway. So it's like, why? I guess they're doing it to ensure that or troubleshoot the appointment. But yeah, when he couldn't call back and they weren't answering back, it's like
Yeah.
it's such an annoying part of his day. He's got to worry about why they're calling him and.
Yeah.
They can't. And that's the thing that bugs you about your doctors. They never answer the phone,
Yeah.
right? So it's like you called me.
Okay, this one is theater distractions.
There should be a lot more rants about theater distractions.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the biggest pet peeves of me. Like when you go to the theater, you got to look around.
What's your
you know,
work?
well, you go to you go to the theater, right? And you hear people like yapping right before the movie. You're thinking, are they going to keep talking through this movie? Like you're worried about where you're sitting, and now you have to have assigned seating, right? So you're stuck where you're sitting, and it's like, that's the one of the rudest things. People talking on their phones, eating loudly, just in a movie. That's why I don't like going to movies that often. I'd rather watch them at home. So this was like, I was like, yeah.
Well, you know, we have assigned seating here. You know, these days you can't just pick whatever seat you want. You have to get a seat in advance, like you're going to a Broadway show or a rock and roll concert, you know? And so, you know, my girlfriend and I are in 2 seats that we got in advance. And what happens is that we're sitting in a row.
In a dungeon like that for 3 years. Because someone's taking the phone. You mean
Talking about the movie, that's always a good thing. And anyway, so in the row that we're sitting in, we have one old lady next to me who continued to fall asleep on and off during the movie and snore in my ear on the left side. And then, as if that's not enough, even worse, there's a woman, an old woman also, I guess it's what it is with older people, all the way at the end of the right side of the aisle, the last person over there with her, I don't know whether it was her son or her husband, I don't know, he looked pretty old too. And through the entire movie, I kid you not, this woman is going, oh, you know, Hugh Griffith won a supporting actor for this too, I think, you know? You know, he's evil because he's a Roman. Masala. And she's like doing the dialogue and she's repeating stuff and she's talking and taking me out of the first half of the movie. I got pretty annoyed. And then at one point, she even says something to the effect of, you know, Stephen Boyd is really Irish, you know, he's of Irish ancestry, you know. And she, all this annoying stuff I'm hearing, and it took me right out of it. I had to wait for the intermission. When the intermission came, I kind of stood up and looked behind us, and I could see there were 2 empty seats. Apparently, I thought it was a sold-out house, but there were 2 seats. So after the intermission, my girlfriend and I got up to leave and to take these 2 seats to see the second half of the film the proper way. And I could see my girlfriend, thankfully, go over to her because the woman had also, I forgot to mention this, taken her phone out a few times with the bright screen and was looking at her phone. In fact, one time I even heard an electronic voice on the thing talking on the phone during a very quiet segment where there's no music and just dialogue, and you heard her phone talking. So my girlfriend was talking to her and said, during the intermission, she was sitting there with her phone and said, now's the time you should be talking on your phone, she said, not during the movie. And then I went down, I passed the old woman, and I couldn't help myself. I just imitated her. I said, thanks a lot for ruining the first half of the movie. And I imitated her. I went, oh, you know, Stephen Boyd is Irish. Yeah. I said to her like that. Anyway, to get to the end of this, the good thing is after the intermission, we changed our seats. And it's lucky, because like I said, we had assigned seating. Lucky for us that there were 2 empty seats. People didn't show up because it was sold out. And wound up loving the second half, but thank God that I had seen the actual whole film the Sunday before. Because if this had been my one and only viewing, I would have been pissed. But at least I got to see it the first time properly and half the second time.
Said something.
People like that, though, they don't care.
I know, but they need to be told.
But you should, speaking of rants, you have a rant from yesterday, baby. You should really tell, it's a short story. It's a good one.
No, it was just I went to the grocery store here and there was a older woman, I think it was with her granddaughter, walking around the grocery store, and I could just hear her throughout the whole store just nagging on her granddaughter, like, don't touch that and move, and you know, just it was really irritating me. I thought this little girl can't do anything right? It really bugged me. So I got to the end of an aisle and I came face to face to her with my cart, and I was going to turn to the right, and she's coming in, and she looked at me and she said, she goes, well, what way are you going? You know, what way are you going? And I said, well, what way do you think I'm going? Right? Because I'm turning this way. Right?
But you were mad, like you said.
Mad, yeah. Well, because I was thinking, I was fed up with her at first. And it's like she's picking on everybody. She's mad. And I thought, I wanted to say something about her treating the little girl like that, because it was like the little girl would move one way and she's like, move to the right. Or she would just, and nothing the girl was doing was right. And you could hear her through the whole grocery store. But just people just don't have any kind of, like, they just think that they, like in the movies, right? That they have no regard for anyone else. Yeah. Right. And then no one else's feelings or no one else's, they don't consider anybody else. Yeah. And again, especially with the movies too, it's just so rude.